Hi everyone, I'm Nicole and welcome back to my musical channel. So finally today is the day for the Q&A. I have been receiving around 15 questions from all of you. So yeah, let's take a look on the questions. So the first question is, where are you from? Actually, I think this is one of the most frequently asked questions in my channel ever since I started to build my channel. Some of the comments even ask me if I'm Korean, but actually I'm not. I am actually from Indonesia. So if any of you are also from Indonesia and you would like to request a cover from Indonesian songs, also feel free to comment below and let me know. How many languages do you speak? I speak 4 languages, which is Indonesian, English, Chinese, and Korean. But usually on daily basis, I only speak Indonesian, Chinese, and English. And I only speak Korean when I need to discuss something with my business partner from Korea, my Korean friends, and most of the times it is when I need to answer the questions from the Korean subscribers on my channel. How long have you been learning piano? At first, I was enrolled in the Yamaha junior class when I was 3, and based on what my family say, they say that I always look very happy whenever I went to the class, so they decide to enroll me to another piano tutoring course. And after I graduating from high school, I then come to Taiwan to continue my study in music, majoring in piano performance and minor in composition. So if I have to count the total years, I think it has been more than 20 years now. What is your motivation to keep making music? Actually, when I was still in the high school, I was not in the music major but in the natural life science. So I have a lot of schoolwork to do, and after school I still have a lot of different kind of tutoring class that I have to attend. And there is a time during high school I was facing a slump, so I decided to quit all of my music courses and I did not play piano for a whole month. And then there's a day when I went to visit my friend's house and I just listened to her playing piano while I sit somewhere in the corner and just doing nothing. And then suddenly listening to her playing makes me realize how much I miss to play the piano, how much I went to the stage, how much I miss to playing in front of the crowd, and how much I miss to listen and also to write music. And this is the feeling that makes me motivated to continue back and then enroll back to my piano course and decide to apply for the music department, and it since then become a kind of motivation for me to keep making music even until today. Do you play any other musical instruments? I learned to play drum for a year after graduating from the university because I was learning the rhythmic pattern and also the drum related arranging at that time. But it has been 5 years since the last time I played drum, so I'm not sure if I still can play it well now. And since then, I have been only playing piano and keyboard instruments when I'm making cover and when I'm making music. How do you start to make music cover and your YouTube channel? I'm not sure if I have ever mentioned this somewhere before, but I am actually a big fan of Infinite. So during their 5-year anniversary, I participated in a fan-based project and I make a medley cover. But because that fan base required me to upload the video to YouTube channel, so I created one channel because I did not have any at that time. But I think around 10 years, I didn't upload anything else on my channel, and I only did my comeback 2 years ago during the COVID-19 by start to making the K-pop and then K-drama BGM, K-drama OST cover. And I also started to upload some of my self-composed songs since 2 years ago because I started to debut as a Webtoon OST composer for the Webtoon Live 10 soundtrack. How long does it take for you to make a music cover? Basically, for me, I think it depends on what kind of music style that I am currently working on. For example, if I'm doing the K-drama BGM cover, usually it takes me around 2 hours for me to complete everything. So starting from the arranging, recording, mixing, mastering, and until the video recording and the upload. But if I'm working on something much more complicated, for example, some of the K-pop songs or maybe some of the pop songs, sometimes it might take me around 3 to 4 hours at maximum. What kind of difficulties do you usually face while you are making music? This is actually one of super tricky questions. I always face different kind of difficulties when I'm making different kind of music. Most of the times, all happens because of the music style that I'm not really used to. For example, there was a time last year when I was working on a jazz project, and because it is a style that I'm not usually write, it takes me a long time to firstly analyze the music style and then to see what kind of instruments that work well with that style. But nevertheless, I always like to do a new challenge, and it was super fun to do different kind of production. Can you share some tips on how to learn to arrange music and making chords? I am actually a type of person who like to do music analyzing. Whenever I listen to a song that I have never heard, typically with the one with an interesting harmonic progression, or maybe with the style that I don't really listen to, I love to break down the pattern once I listen to the song and then to analyze the harmonic chord, the progression, and the musical style, the musical pattern. And from this kind of exercise, usually I can understand or come to learn different kind of style and to learn some new kind of chord progression. If this is the first time for you to do this kind of exercise, or if this is the first time that you wanna try to do the music analyzing, I recommend you to firstly go to find a classical pieces, because usually classical pieces, they have a much more simple structure and a much more simple harmonic progression. So you can firstly try to do the analyze on it, and then you can change to different kind of style, and then to learn more and more different kind of harmonic progression and different kind of musical arranging. What kind of keyboard do you usually use to make music? I am a fan of Roland, so I have been using different kind of Roland keyboards to make music. When I was still in the university, I was living in the dormitory, so I only used the A49 keyboard because it is less expensive and it takes only a little bit space. But after I moved out of the dormitory, I have been using the FP30 and FP30X. Which kind of software do you use to make music sheet? There are actually a lot of different kind of music sheet application and software that we can use, and I have also tried on different kind of software to do that. But currently I have been using Sibelius for almost 3 years because I feel that it is much more convenient in my experience. How do you usually prepare yourself for a performance? I'm actually not a kind of person who like to sit down and then to practice for a long time. So usually I only spend around 2 hours per session for practice, and I think it's not more than 4 hours per day. And so when I'm not in the practice room, I usually do the image training, visualize on how I should play it on the stage, practicing fingering on the table, reading music sheet, and doing music analyze over and over again. And personally, I think image training, visualization, fingering on the table, and reading music, analyze music helps me even more than sitting on the chair and to practice for hours. But still, it depends on each different person, so you can try to do different kind of method and to search for the method that suits you the most. And you can also try to do the image training, visualization to see if it can also work together with the practice for you. What piece was especially hard to learn, and which one did you enjoy playing the most? Rather than mentioning a certain piece, I may say that songs with a complicated rhythmic pattern takes me more time for me to master. Even during 5 years ago when I was practicing for my graduation concert, when I was practicing the Capucine Etude, it took me much longer time than other pieces to master. But still, there is this thing about the jazz music. Although it has a super complicated rhythmic pattern, the swing, and of course also with the harmonic progression since it is jazz style, but still I find jazz music is the most enjoyable song for me to practice. So I really love to play jazz music on daily basis. Are you on Spotify? Yes, I'm on Spotify and also on other streaming services. So you can find my artist profile by searching my name, Nicole, Theodore, and then you can go to listen to my album. My first album was released in the mid-January this year, which is the soundtrack for the Webtoon Left Hand, and my next album, which is the Sleepless Night album, is going to release soon by the end of April, so please stay tuned for my further release. What is your plan for 2023? Last year, I have made a lot of cover for K-drama OST, K-drama BGM, and a little bit of the K-pop cover. But this year, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to make the cover for pop songs from different countries. I'm going to release more of my self-composed songs. And I'm also going to make different kind of contents, for example, the Q&A that you are watching right now, and also maybe some other kind of music experience sharing contents for you. So please stay tuned to my channel for my further release. If you have any kind of idea, any kind of request, you can also type your comments below and let me know. Alright, so that's all for my Q&A session. I hope you all enjoyed this video and see you soon on my next video. Bye bye!